Yeah, I had to go back on the AEW rule. This was just too good not to pass up a clickbait.
This is. This looks like a scene from a bad X-Men movie. Like that's Storm and Colossus. Black X-Men. I think that'd be too hard. That'd be too much oppression. Not only are you a mutant, but you're a black mutant. Jesus.
Well, do you know what the other potential option to be thumbnail from AEW?
What is it?
It was just too good not to. No.
Oh wow! What? Why did we use that? That's my father. If he wasn't racist, if his daughter wasn't racist.
It's such a good picture.
Yeah, that is good. They don't belong here. They do not belong here. Please.
And then the NXT and then the NXT variant was basically just that.
Nah, there was no way NXT was winning this. I don't even know what's going on in this picture. I know what's going on, but out of context, it looked like someone really got mad about something. Like a swimming pool. Like they were in a swimming pool. This guy's in his one piece outfit, and he just got mad. He's like, dance, bitch, ah!
So obviously it was either this one or that one. This one.
Hold on, Manny.
Or that one.
Let me check my prescription and my glasses. Let's do it again.
1 or 2.
Ooh. One more time? I don't know. I'm not sure.
1 or 2. Which one's clearer?
I'm Shotzi Blackheart, the ballsy badass, and you are watching the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. Remember to like the video and subscribe. Ow, ow, ow!
Hey! Oh, check out the Marcus head, man. He should. I hate you both right now. You guys are ridiculous.
Ding dong! Hello!
Ding dong!
Welcome to the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. I'm, of course, Lord Manny Hayes, and I'm joined by...
Marcus the Grand Finale! And Manny...
How about that? How about that transition, everyone? How about that transition?
That was an amazing transition. Ding dong, and everything rhymed. As much as you want to be a part of the show, see, you are not a part of the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. It's the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. Star only Manny and Marcus, and sometimes Ross on Tuesday. So
and occasionally Dave Melton, if he ever decides to turn up.
And we may have the Fiend, and Eric may show up in the middle of his workplace. All right, there's a few characters on the show, but you know what? That's it. That's the line.
So how was your day today, Marcus? You awake, or we just lying about energy?
Oh, we're lying about the energy. I had to do a spirit bomb and took energy from the people today. Nah, I'm good. I'm 100. Even though that would be a waste of a spirit bomb, right? Like, people, give me my energy. Give me energy. I was up all night.
Well, if you recently watched the New Day podcast, there was a part in there where they now do the gas up gang, where they like to gas people up, but then someone asked for a gas down, and it was for a baby. It was for a baby to go to sleep.
Oh, wow.
And then Big E decides to go in a big story voice like, "Hello, baby. It's time for you to give me your energy. So you can go to sleep. But I am very old and I need your energy."
Coming to a sharpshooter's channel near you, Manny puts everybody to sleep. Manny just starts reading.
That could be a side channel if you want. That could be my next thing after stickers.
Hold on, we call it Sleeping with Manny.
Story time with Manny.
Oh yeah, that's probably more politically correct.
Because we're not here trying to get both of us arrested. Me mostly, but you by association.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Your Honor, what's he guilty of? He put my wife to sleep. He's sleeping with my wife.
He read her a story.
He read her a story. It was via YouTube. Want me to read you a story, Your Honor? So there's a kid named Eric, and Marty's a name. Stories.
Oh, first off, Marcus. Bam.
Amazing clickbait. All right, you ready to jump into the AEW report?
Yes, I am. So, AEW kicks off with the main event: Cody Rhodes and Red Velvet versus Shaq and Jade Cargill. Why did the Gun Club get involved in this? Like, it was an unnecessary chair shot that was unprovoked. Unprovoked. I'm claiming racism.
Yeah, baby, that's what I was gonna do. Being a black man in America, this can happen at any given point in your life. One time I was in a grocery store and I was just there to get some bubble gum and some mints because my breath was kicking. And next thing you know, I had someone throwing a chair at me and I ended up in a fight and the police came and I ended up going to jail. This was at a Target and I know they were racist. And I knew who the real target was. It was me all along.
I think you're getting feedback on your microphone.
Am I? Hold on.
There you go.
Now? Okay.
There you go. And then I don't know about Red Velvet. When she did that dive, you can't claim that's. I don't think you can go into the camera and claim that's how you do it when you didn't connect.
No, I was scared for a moment, Manny, when she did the dive because no one was looking in her direction to the last second.
Because she landed in between them, and it was very much like how Charlotte does hers, where they just land on their feet and they're fine.
Yeah,
you can't claim that's how you do it.
Yeah, no. The problem is with her and Charlotte is that they might be too athletic, and a dive works for you if you like that middle of the roll. I can do a flip, but I really don't have control of myself. So when you have control of yourself, you be like, yeah, like a Ray Phoenix. I mean, it's just like I'm going 100 miles per hour and I don't know where I'm going. I'm about to travel through time. Looks like Sonic the Hedgehog when he dives. It's amazing, but like you just land on your feet and that's how you do it. I was concerned. This whole match was better than what I thought it would be. I thought it'd be an absolute train wreck. And the only people I have to blame for how horrible this match was and how horrible it looked was everybody but Shaq. Shaq did his job. He looked like a giant. Cody failed. He didn't sell that power bomb. The Gun Club, who weren't in the match, failed. They hit him with a chair for no reason. The referee failed because they didn't throw any DQs or do any counts when they were setting up tables outside the ring for an hour, and when the Gun Club attacked Shaq for being black. Well, you know the Guns are racist. You seen Billy Gunn in blackface. You know he's racist.
It's interesting because Luchadog says I was impressed with Jade. Got a Black Charlotte vibe from her. With time, she could be really great. Also, she's very nice to look at.
I'm sorry. My Black Charlotte vibe comes with Bianca Belair. I'm sorry. That's what I get from that. And I feel like Jade was kind of just mediocre, and they shot it in a way. And this is where I go with my suspicion of camera angles. Whenever Red Velvet and Jade would do any offensive strike, they would cut away. And that's why you missed the last spot.
You missed a spear.
Yeah, you missed a spear. They pulled an edge in the Rumble. But this time they did it because they have to cut away on all their offense because it's so bad. So they were shooting around it.
Speaking of bad, Shaq does his best Undertaker with disappearing from the ambulance, and I feel like the only person that knows where he is Alex Marvez. Someone needs to find that man.
I don't trust the racism in Florida, man. That man was kidnapped. I expect that Shaq will reappear at the All-Star game, though. I hope he pulls up in the All-Star game in the ambulance, to be honest.
I feel like someone found that cassette tape in the jukebox from Kazaam, and then he got mysteriously taken from it to another direction, to another dimension.
Oh man, we should rewatch Kazaam. I need to rewatch that. I haven't seen that forever.
I don't think that should be something we hold to watching on the channel.
But you know what? on a scale of Pat McAfee and Snooki, I give this a right in between there kind of match. It wasn't offensive.
I feel Shaq is someone that clearly understands wrestling and did his part. Like, he played his role perfectly in this.
Yep. You know what bugged me is that wrestling fans, because it wasn't a good match. I'm going to tell you this right now. It's not a good match. But it was better than expected, and they got through it.
Well, that's what happens when you set the bar at the ground.
It was really low. Honestly, the bar was dead. Like, this match was dead, and I just walked over someone's grave, and somehow the Undertaker's hand still came up. But but people saying like, oh, it's such a great match, and basically it was Shaq falling through a table doing a table bump, and Velvet doing a dive, and this match has no reason to exist. No one's gonna remember this match. They're gonna pop their rating. They might. If they don't, they just shut the whole shit down. That top signing they need to do, they give their money back. If they didn't pop a rating this episode, they are in trouble.
There's something that I need to point out that I did put in my notes, but they had the banner of the best TV show for 2019 and 2020 up, and they showed that numerous times. I'm like, who awarded them that? You can't just award yourself an award like that and show it on TV.
Wait, when did that come up? I honestly never paid attention to that.
It happened numerous times. There was a shot, like whenever they panned out of the arena, there was like a banner stating AEW Best TV Show, and it said 2019 and then 2020.
Wow, I never noticed it. How you gonna have 2019 and 2020 back to back? They're lying.
I'm like, who's awarding this? Meltzer?
It has to be Meltzer. It had to be Meltzer. This is the best show 2019 2020. You haven't seen other television.
And then something that happened that if you blinked, you'd have missed it. It was Pac and Ray Fenix versus two dudes. Didn't even it happened so quick. I didn't even know who they were.
I would love for a tag team to be known as two dudes.
Well, there was two dudes with attitude, but I digress.
But yeah, why did that happen, Manny?
I don't know.
Even say, how about that dive? He didn't even do the dive. He didn't even do the dive.
Well, Pac did the dive.
Pac did a dive, but Ray Phoenix did do his dive. Is he saving that for special matches?
I don't think any of his matches he does are special, remotely special, when he breaks out that dive.
And there are two people that should be in that ladder match that they're having at Revolution, but they're not in it. They're just two guys now. They're 2/3 of a triangle.
So, MJF and Chris Jericho's press conference. I couldn't even hear the first question. Jericho basically said it's been a year since he lost the title, and it's time he had championship again. Names dropped his tag team partners, but says MJF and him are better than them. MJF calls Conrad turkey tits, which I thought was hilarious.
Hilarious. And Manny, I don't know if you know this, but I can't stand Conrad Thompson.
No, neither can I. That guy. Even when they did their podcast on the network with Richard, he was such a dick on the network. Like, you're being paid to do something on the network. Why are you being a snarky dick on the network like that?
Yeah. Why do you hate everything that was ever existed in wrestling? Like, it's annoying. And I'm shocked Meltzer wasn't on there because they was like, oh, they're using real, I guess, podcaster people on this. I thought Meltzer was going to come out there and be like, hey, I'm Dave Meltzer. Why does this show get 7 stars or something?
Yeah, and then they said that Papa Buck recklessly attacked Chris Jericho, and then Papa Buck got blood all over his custom suit. And if you thought what they did to Papa Buck was bad, just wait and see what they'll do to the malnourished Matthew and the not so slick, I wish my hairline was way more thick, Nick at Revolution. Can I just point out, I never want to see another Buck on TV unless it's a rerun of Uncle Buck.
I don't even want to see the Milwaukee Bucks. Okay, that's how I don't care about any Bucks. Manny, I hate all Bucks. I hate anybody named Papa as well. I hate Papa Buck.
Starbucks.
I hate Papa John. Shout out to Shaq. Papa John. And I hate Papa Smurf. I hate them all. All of them I hate list.
Do you know what happened next? Which I don't really like. I can't buy ever. Do you know whenever they try and make the Young Bucks look like they're tough?
Yeah, never.
So Nick said they made it personal. Matt said that Dad did everything that MJF and Jericho's fathers failed to do. Without Papa Buck, there may be no AEW. With no AEW, MJF is probably at home unemployed, waiting for a callback from the Rosie O'Donnell show. And Chris Jericho would probably be curtain jerking at the Performance Center, which I don't even think that you could even be true.
Hold on. I'm going to take that as fact then, Manny. Let's say I take that statement as fact. And I go, he'll be curtain jerking at the Performance Center. Therefore, they're saying their former AEW champion and got number one contender for tag team champion couldn't even cut it in the WWE roster so much that he wouldn't even make it on NXT. So therefore, their entire show is PP and Boo Boo. It's just shit. I'm like, damn it, no. It was an unnecessary shot at the PC, I guess. But I didn't take it as a shot. I just thought it was like...
Oh, yeah. And...
That's what you live like.
Marcus.
Yes.
So, either one of us are getting beaten up.
Okay.
Would you accept the help from Brandon Cutler?
No. Look, Manny, I can tell you how the scenario will go down.
I'd rather die. I'd rather die.
Bro, Manny, you're getting beat up by, or we're both, or whatever, vice versa. Let's say we're both getting beat up by the Inner Circle. Brandon Cutler comes out and make the save. I believe as soon as I'm free, I'm attacking Brandon Cutler. Just because I'm mad.
Please stop. You can beat me up afterwards. Let me get him first.
Let's get him together. Let's get him together,
and then you can continue beating us up.
Yeah. I'm willing to take this ass whooping as long as he gets it too. As long as he gets it too. Alright, so my big question about this segment, Manny, was...
Was it a waste of time? Yes.
Yeah. To me, it made logically no sense to the core of existence. So... the Bucks come out there. Let's say, Manny, your dad was attacked and bludgeoned to the end of his life, and they spilled blood all over your truck, and they're talking all this shit now. I don't feel like I have time to talk.
I wouldn't have come to
how well my father raised me.
Nah. Like, see, just gets lost in the arc of it being wrestling kind of stuff. But you're coming out there with a weapon. Normally you would come out there with a knife or a gun or some form of weapon. These guys did nothing.
Ring on fire. Yeah, I'm lighting the ring on fire. I own the company. I lit the ring on fire.
You're gonna light the ring on fire. You've gone to the extreme of streams.
Yeah. Well, I can't help it. I'm a pyromaniac. Honestly. And then the second thing. Why the fuck are the Good Brothers out here again? I'm not being Kenny's boys in this storyline that they can't be trusted. So they do this attack and they help them throw whoever. I forgot who went through the tables. Was it Santana and Ortiz?
Both of them, yeah.
Yeah, so they go through the tables and whatnot.
Nick Jackson hits his head on the floor like a fucking idiot.
Yep. Because you had to do this spot that the camera, I think, missed too, anyway, so you really wasted your time. We never got a replay of this. No one's ever going to see
it was a dumb shot anyway, because they did it at a weird angle to try and show you that both of them were getting jumped through the tables.
Yeah.
At the same time, it was just like, you could have picked better angles to do that.
Yeah. And we already had a table spot tonight, and Shaq already won table spot of the night. So you're not topping that. I don't care how many people are jumping through tables tonight. So with that being said, they showed us that the Good Brothers are helping them, and then they immediately show... Let's talk about Jon Moxley and Kenny Omega, and you see the Good Brothers beating the shit out of Jon Moxley. What kind of confusing babyface heel signaling are they signaling us with the Good Brothers? Like, it made no sense to me.
Well, this is the only thing that's just like, there was no Kenny Omega and Moxley going into Revolution this week.
Yeah.
Like, really stupid.
Yeah, it's a bad decision. That's the only match at Revolution that has my interest, Manny. They kept going to the card, and I was like, there is nothing on this card I want to see, and I need to see the barbed wire exploding barbed wire match, whatever the hell they call it, death match, because it's called an exploding barbed wire death match. That's the only reason that has my interest. But you're not selling me $60 on a shitty pay-per-view just for that. I'm not paying for that shit. But you could have had Moxley and Omega try to convince me. Where's Omega's rebuttal to Moxley last week? That's all I needed.
Yeah,
Like,
it's a massive mess. So FTR and Tully come out with JJ Dillon wearing wearing titles of old, as can be seen in this picture.
The
NWA's.
That's beautiful.
Those titles are beautiful.
Yeah, they're really nice. All of them. Like, I want it all. Oh, FTR deserves better than this. Tully deserves better than this company. And I'm not even saying they need to go to WWE. Just they deserve just to be on NXT UK, where I can just appreciate them and not be associated with piss poor wrestling. Because I love these guys, and I loved everything almost about the segment that involved them.
So
If that made sense.
Yeah, so Tully picks up the win in another entertaining match. However, Sean Spears helps out FTR pick up the
That
win.
killed it.
Being the masked man, and you know this is some poorly makeshift Four Horsemen.
Yeah, but Sean Spears can't make it, Manny. If they're making the Four Horsemen again, you can't put Sean Spears in there. I don't care what level.
I'm telling you now, they lost it when they didn't include Hangman originally.
Yeah, it should be. Look, this will be great if it's Hangman and it was FTR. And you know what? I'm okay if Cody would join too.
No, I don't need
I'll
it.
be okay.
Those three would have been fine. You didn't even have to, because you can't call them the Four Horsemen.
No, you can still call them the Four Horsemen. Oh, well, you can't. Yeah, legally. But they can still be a Four Horsemen type group. They can be the Horsemen 4. The Fantastic Horsemen. I don't know. But, they lost me when Arn came out at the end and threw up the 4. And I was like, you guys just tried to fight each other to death 2 weeks ago on TV where you guys were arguing or something in the ring. And had
I hope Tully fucks up on.
It's not. It looks like Arn's joining. I can see it being Sean Spears, Cody, and FTR as your new Four Horsemen. And it ruins it. It ruins it because Sean Spears is just there. And his blonde mohawk. Peyton Royce needs to leave him. She can leave Billy Kay, but can't leave Sean Spears. Come on.
So Paul White comes out proving the images of him were all a lie. This man is not 205.
He's about 405, you know?
Can I call and make a complaint that I'm being sold lies?
Dude looked like, I was like, wow, he's in amazing shape. It was like that picture of, you know, that meme of Homer Simpson when he's just like taped up and has all that like restraints on his body fat, and he's just standing like this. That's what it was like with those images. And then you see the whole thing, and it's like, yep, he's still fat.
So he's basically
in good shape considering where he was at, but you know.
So his shirt was No More BS, which is basically No More The Big Show. But there's a pun involved.
Yeah.
And he said that AEW is signing another Hall of Fame talent appearing at Revolution. So who do you think it is? No, allegedly.
All right. So my source is close to me, which was Pedro from down the street, Rakim and Rashad, who are together. The allegedly gets bigger as I name people. And Allison, the alley lady. Allison, the alley lady who talks to her pet cat, Allie. Said that these are the top 5 candidates who AEW may have signed. And this is in order for least likely to high likely. Number 5, Brock Lesnar. They just gave him a boat ton of money, and they said, we're paying Sable too. Get in here. Number 4, CM Punk, who's going to come in there, he's going to drop pipe bombs and bitch and moan about his life. Number 3, and I changed this up during a pre-show, because Alley Cat Allison had one more thing. Number 3,
does Alley Cat Allison know Wildcat Chris Harris?
That's his ex. Yes.
Okay.
Or they were related. I don't know. It's kind of weird with them two. God damn it, Manny. I'm going to just say names now. Oh, number 3, Carlito. They got him. Fresh off the Rumble, in the best shape of his life, and they're going to get him. Hall of Fame type talent. Number 2, Kurt Angle. They done scooped up another old dog who's going to show up. Hopefully he doesn't bump, but if he does, he'll wear pants like Sting. Oh. And number 1, I have, as their top tier Hall of Fame type talent, according to Rashad and Raquel, it is going to be Tia Trinidad, a.k.a. formerly Selena Vega, to come out there.
Again, allegedly.
Hey, my sources are just as good as Meltzer's, I tell you what. Shit. We also have spoilers. We have a new channel also called Spoilers of Wrestling, where we just read off all the spoilers. Some people do not have to watch the show. But then again, we're mostly likely wrong. Like, we already have WrestleMania 38 coming out. In the main event, spoiler alert, guys, Dominic Mysterio versus his father, Rey Mysterio. Yes, it's going to happen. Dominic's going to have a massive heel turn, and he's going to have Ted DiBiase in his corner. Don't understand how this story gets here, but that is your main event for WrestleMania 38.
So moving on, before Marcus delves deeper into delusion, Nyla Rose versus Rio Mizunami. When did
Rio misenunciate her name, as you were saying?
I don't even know how to say it. Mizu. It seems like Mizunami.
Let's go with Mizunami. Let's go.
Yeah. When did Thunder Rosa and Riho happen?
I believe it was Sunday.
When did Nyla Rose and Thunder Bros happen?
Maybe Sunday? Can somebody give me fact check? My problem with AEW is they never recap shit. Just show me a clip. Just show me one clip.
Thing is, all they showed over the weekend was the Japanese bracket. No one even saw what happened on the other side. That's all they showed, what happened in the Japanese bracket.
Manny, can I say we could have substituted Pac and those guys, the 2 dudes, and we could have just put a second woman. Can they dare put 2 women's segments on the same show? Can we just get that? Like, let's be progressive, guys. Let's be progressive.
So, Rio Mizunami wins the match. This match was okay, in my opinion. Much like Elias and and Damon Priest on Raw this week. The match was good on the whole, but it felt like it went on forever.
Forever. Manny, I enjoyed Rio's energy, but I don't need
the dancing.
Miming. I don't need you doing miming. I couldn't take you serious.
See. If I was not going to take you serious, I'd watch. Is her name Emi Sakura?
Yes, Sakura.
The one Sakura that does the Freddie Mercury. That was shit. Was funny.
Gimmick.
Damn!
She literally stole Christopher Daniels' gimmick in front of him, and he's not on TV anymore. But I feel like they had too many women in this tournament that should have won. I was like, why is this the one? Because I understand she has good energy, but she's they said she retired and just came out of retirement for this. So that means she's better than Thunder Rosa, Britt Baker, Nyla Rose, your former champion Riho, Serena Deeb. What's the other Yuji? I forgot her name. The quirky Japanese lady. I don't remember her name, but
I don't know. The one that wears orange.
Yeah. I feel like they chose wrong. And then they had that random fight at the end with the trophy. And I go
yeah, it was stupid.
Yeah, she don't want it. Kenny Omega shouldn't be booking the women's division because he's obsessed with Japanese women.
No, but that was the problem. This is the problem. You've got too many good talent already. Just sitting almost benched, basically in AEW, and then you decide. Then you want to have this Japanese female division attached to it, and obviously you've got to give them some shine as well. But you've just made your entire division look shit now.
I felt like at one point JR called Thunder Rosa the best wrestler in the world, or was it Serena Deeb? And this week they were like out in the first round. Like, what happened to that? Like, I mean, I just feel like you have Big Swole, and I know Red Velvet and Jade were in this match, and I'm not saying they're the greatest talent, but they could have been in this tournament of some kind. Or
no, but let's look at that. Big Swole didn't even get a look in. Big Swole didn't even get a look into this thing.
Because, you know what? I'm going to say it. AEW don't know how to use black people.
They really don't.
Scorpio Sky, which is out there on commentary.
Oh, he was trash. He was trash. If his podcast is anything like that, no views. Watch us instead of Scorpio Sky.
I mean, he was talking about he was the. I didn't realize the match was called the Face of the Revolution. Tournament. So if a black person doesn't win this, I'm really upset that if a white man wins the Face of the Revolution, like, duh, the capital.
So we move into Sting claims he's ready for the street fight after Brian Cage knocked off the ring rust after he powerbombed him. Ricky Stark says, Sting, you still got it, but he's no icon, and slapped the shit out of Sting.
Yeah.
Then Sting puts the Scorpion Deathlock. Yeah, and then Sting puts the Scorpion Deathlock on him before it turns messy with everyone coming out.
So Sting beat up Ricky Starks, and they complain about, WWE not putting over younger talent. Here's your young talent getting beat up by 61-year-old Sting with easy work. Easy work. And then, Hobbs come out there and he's a moron. He's over there reaching for Ricky Starks when he could just get in the ring and kick Sting in the back of his head and end this whole feud once and for all. But no, I'm going to reach for, give me your hand, Ricky. Give me your hand. Brian Cage and Hook comes out there. And Taz, and they all get whooped up by Darby Allin and Sting. And I went at that moment, Manny. I go, there is no reason for me to buy this pay-per-view to see this shit, because Sting is gonna whoop him up by himself.
How much is the pay-per-view? 50? 60?
I'm gonna say 60. I think it's 60.
Not worth it.
No, dude, save your money. Watch clips on YouTube, and I normally don't. But you know what? If you have to. If you want to just support wrestling, go ahead. I think this is going to sell well for them. I'm not either. I got a friend named Lincoln.
How much would you need to be paid by Matt Hardy to take out 10?
10? You see, you gave me a good. I would have took the 4,200, but I would have negotiated up because 10's relatively big and he wears a mask. So I don't know what I can do with this. So
I like that it's just random numbers. I like it's just random numbers. Yeah. Because last week it was 3,700.
You gave him $500 increase. But I don't understand Jack Evans' pay rate here in this match or his plan. I'm going to have the boombox but be under the ring. In case that situation happens, he may not get paid. Just be on the side of the ring going, ooh, that really cost me $4,200.
But it seems so childish as well, the way Matt Hardy handed him the money, because it was written on there where everything got it.
It said 42 in crayon.
And then we get on to what? This show was booked in reverse because, this ain't a main event.
They Saturday night main evented this show. They stack it up heavy and then, they go all right.
So Matt Hardy and Bitch Tits versus John Silver and Hangman Page. I don't even have notes on this. Why was this the main event? Dynamite ends in chaos.
I'm going to tell you this. I can't remember anything other than that Dynamite does end in chaos. The Dark Order walks out. I can't remember a single thing in this match. And I feel like they wasted everybody's time. And it ended like that. And, yeah, this was a trash show. I don't know how I'm sold on Revolution because of this. They're doing another damn tag match, Manny, in a Battle Royal to determine the number one contender. And I was
believe me.
The last Battle Royal winner still ain't got their shot yet, Manny.
Believe me, I saw your comment. I also added to it. It was a week ago.
I remember. Yeah.
I feel like I added to it.
Yeah, you did, and you were 100% accurate. I remember somebody commented, and then that's when I was like, I need to stop. He was like, no, it's different. This is more like a Royal Rumble. The
I
difference
was like,
between the Royal Rumble,
they did this a few weeks ago after the Royal Rumble.
yeah, but they're saying no, they were all in the ring last time. Now they come out separately.
How's that any
sell
different?
me? Yeah, that's selling me. I have to wait longer for people to get eliminated. Jesus, fuck out of here with that. It's so unoriginal. Like they have no original ideas anymore, or they're out. Like every pay-per-view is the casino ladder match. Every pay-per-view is some tag team battle royal, or every big show is a tag team battle royal of some kind. I'm gonna pray for them. I'm praying for this show.
Okay.
I think, and then most people would have left after the Shaq match, right? If I'm a casual fan, after the Shaq match, I'm out. There was no those card that made me go.
There's nothing on there. Like literally, sometimes there is an AEW match. You can go, okay, cool. I enjoyed that.
And
You might have got that
really-
from FTR. You might have got that from FTR and Tully. But then after that, the show just went somewhere else.
Yeah, to that very dark place. I feel like I was watching a senior tour of wrestling. That's where it seemed like I was going. Because every segment, Manny, I think featured a 50-year-old man. And I'm not talking about Nyla Rose and Rio Sakamoto or whatever her name is, but I think she's like 48.
Okay, so something we do have to bring up.
They're
Before
old.
we-
They're old. God damn it.
Before we move into NXT. So there's rumors out there that NXT is going to Tuesdays now.
Yep.
And someone from NBC has said NXT is going to Tuesdays. I personally feel that will benefit the show a lot better.
Back to 1 hour. Let's go back to 1 hour.
It would benefit our show a lot better. I also feel like people will start seeing AEW for what it actually is, because what you're seeing is people comparing AEW to NXT and constantly doing it, and obviously they are both different entities. But when you're comparing it all the time, you're kind of like, I like this one, I like that one. I feel if a lot more eyes go onto AEW, a lot more people will actually see there's gaping holes on that.
Well, you ain't doing that flipping back and forth, and you're actually watching. This show's nonsense.
Yeah,
because
I honestly feel like that.
People are like, oh, I must have missed something. No, you didn't miss something. This is the way they wrote it.
Yeah, and I honestly feel like it could be good for wrestling because that means NXT can focus on NXT doing its own thing, which I feel like they've been doing anyway, because it doesn't seem like they're doing much to combat AEW anyway. But I feel like this is also a good time for AEW to get their priorities straight.
They can slow down their show. They do not have to throw Shaq out there in the first segment. Like, you don't just shoot your shot with Shaq. You don't just shoot the load out already. Like, hey, maybe this has... Oh, we're done. Shaq went through the table. That's not
To be fair, that is true. That's 100% true, because if you look the way Raw booked Bobby Lashley this week, on Bobby Lashley and the Miz, you had to sit through all that nonsense to get to the end.
They milked the shit out of that. Like, oh, here's a countdown. Extend it. It was like I was hitting the snooze button.
Yeah.
So I didn't have to get up to go to work.
That's what it was. Like this should have been what was there to draw people in. You should have had ads all over thinking, oh, this is going to be the main event, this is going to be the main event, because that was the only thing worth watching on that show.
Yeah, the way I would have booked this show, that would have been later in the show. It wouldn't even have to be in the main event. Maybe in the middle of the show even. But I'm selling the shit out of my pay-per-view revolution. And I mean, like, oh, John Moxley is out there cutting pro. You gotta see his barbed wire match. He's screaming, and him and Kenny have a back and forth. And you go, oh, I'm interested in that. And being somebody that's new to this, going like, oh, I'm interested in that. Oh, Shaq's still coming. Oh, what's going on next? I'm going to sell this massive tag team battle royal, whatever they're going to sell, or whatever's on the show. And then, just keep going, progressing, keep selling Revolution in the middle of it, and not depending on the Revolution countdown show that they had after, which I immediately did not watch or record.
I didn't watch it.
Yeah, I had no interest in watching that.
So let's move over to NXT.
Who lost the war? They lost the war.
They've lost the war, but I feel like they're gonna I feel like out of all of this, they're gonna benefit more. Because honestly, NXT is the better product. Let's be real.
It is. It is the better. Again, NXT, and I'm saying this as a whole, including UK, it's the best wrestling product in the world right now.
So
it is just great.
I did promise you a throwback in the pre-show.
Yes.
So I've got to ask you a question, Marcus.
Okay. Ooh.
What about Sanjay?
Oh shit! I didn't even notice he came out there, Manny. I didn't notice that. Holy shit! What about Sanjay?
Even Finn Balor's like, what the fuck? What about Sanjay?
Wow! I did not know that. And he's wearing Nikes. You can't trust him.
Yeah,
feel
I
like
told
all-
you.
all
That
he
was
wearing
that
Nikes.
was. I saw this and I was like, this is my gift to Marcus this today.
What about Sanjay?
What about Sanjay?
90% of the people on YouTube watching this may not get that. All those fans have died off. All those podcasting years ago.
So the NXT opens up with only Lorcan, Danny Burch versus Tommaso Ciampa and Timothy Thatcher. This was a good match.
Yeah.
Unnecessary for it to happen, but I thought it was great.
Yeah, it was a good match. Ciampa looks older every time I see him. Like, I swear to God, he looks like an 80-year-old man out there.
I feel to do it, you know. I really want to feel. I feel like I should do it, but then I would get irritated by it because then I get irritated by like a week's worth of length of hair growing. But I feel like I could do the Ciampa, but I was like, no, I don't want to.
To continue my Dragon Ball Z theme, he looks like Master Roshi. Like that's what it's going for. Blue Lives Matter for Master Roshi because of his camo. I don't know where he stands politically. I just wanted to say that. But what I did like about this, Manny, they're teasing us, man. They're teasing us too much. This Imperium,
Yeah, man.
Thatcher was talking to Bartel before Ciampa scooped him up. They're teasing us. And then in the background, later in the segment, you had Wolf. And it was in some random where somebody was walking forward. You have Wolf talking to Killian Dane. They're teasing us. They're teasing us.
Yeah, so obviously I've been wanting this for months. I said throw Thatcher in there.
Yes.
And then when asked about it, they said when asked about Imperium by I can't remember her name.
Let's go with Dasha. Mackenzie.
The politest man on NXT calls her Miss Mackenzie. He said, "I've got a past, and they keep throwing my past in my face."
It's going to happen, I think. I think he's going to leave Imperium America, or Walter's coming. Although Walter tweeted out the same night during that segment, it was a picture of young Thatcher. Yeah. Oh my God.
It has to be coming. It has to be coming.
Good. Don't do this. NXT don't play with our emotions. Raw may do this. I expect some shit like this from Raw when they're playing with my emotions, but I do not expect that from NXT.
Marcus, if I get next week somehow Walter turning up and chopping the shit out of Finn Balor, tears may happen. A tear from my eye may happen.
And then most of those people got when Kofi won the title or Brock won the title, Manny's teardrops will be Walter coming to hit Finn Balor in the face.
I've been wanting this for a year. I've been wanting this for a year. My last wrestling show, I saw these two stand against each other in person.
And it just seems like, and Finn's doing the best work of his career. Walter's doing it. They're both like in their prime. This is like what you want. This is the dream. I dream the dream.
100% this is the dream.
I can't wait. Are you looking for the picture on your phone of them standing next to each other?
Well, they weren't necessarily standing next to each other. Connie, you won't even be able to see it.
Manny, that could be anybody.
Well, that's Finn That's Finn Balor.
That might be Finn Balor.
And then right there is Walter.
That was a cameraman you pointed at, but I see Walter on the side.
Well, look how angry he looks. Look how angry he looks.
Yeah, Walter. That is not some fan with a title thinking he's champion. That is Walter. That is the real champ. The one.
Wait, what date was that? That was the 6th. That was 6th of March last year.
Well, almost 1 year ago, right before the shutdown. That was too good for the shutdown. But I get that NXT seems like they're stacking their show for next week, with the women's championship match, where I believe Tully Storm is taking the gold, and Finn Balor.
I thought that, but like every time I thought Io was gonna lose the gold, she retains it. So
yeah, but Manny, this time I think it too.
No, you thought it. No, you thought it numerous times too. Don't act like you haven't.
No, I win against who?
You act like you're always right on this show. You're not always right.
I'm not always right, but I've never picked Io to lose a title. Not yet. Not since she won it. This time, I'm picking against Io, and next week's edition of NXT will be called NXT Manny's Favorite Wrestling Show Ever. Edition. Because Tony Storm's winning the title, Walter's coming out there to face Slap Finn Balor, and then that's all Manny needed. That's the greatest NXT episode ever.
It will be. Do you know what? 5 stars. You could put any show against it for the rest of the year. Wouldn't. What? What do you mean Brock Lesnar went 3 hours on Raw against everyone on the Raw roster in a gauntlet match and it was epic? Okay. What you mean?
If that happened, that would not be the greatest episode of Raw ever. That would be the most intense version of television anybody has ever seen. Because you would have to yell to your screen, Brock Lesnar says he's going to fight the entire roster tonight in 3 hours. And so everybody is running to their TV. It would be 60 million people watching this. And it's like, it comes down to exhausted Brock Lesnar, bloody, sweaty, exhausted, beaten up, and then R-Truth comes down, gets him with the roll up.
Okay.
Everybody's like, oh shit.
I don't even know what else I could put that. Oh, Kenny and Okada on Dynamite. Yeah, they maybe had a 6-star match. But what about the rest of the show? Did anything interesting happen on that show? No. No, it didn't.
Yeah, I didn't that Hangman Page versus I don't know, Dax with 90% of it being picture to picture. Nah, I didn't like that show at all. With Cody Rhodes, special guest referee.
It's funny you went Dax because the only wrestler that I had in my head at that moment in time was Tony Mamaluke, and I don't know why.
Can I also imply, Manny, that I thought about the Shaq match. This is one take I didn't say. That match could have been 100 times worth if Brandy didn't get pregnant.
Oh, yeah, it could have.
Just imagine if Red Velvet, who isn't the best wrestler in the world, but she's better than Brandy.
Well, let's point out one thing. The one thing that would have been different in that match, you would have got the dive. One of the saving graces of that match was that actual dive.
No, it would have been a dive, but it would have been a cross body because she's unathletic.
Yeah. Okay, let's get back into the show. Roddy demands Adam Cole to come out, but he gets Finn Balor instead. Finn tells Roddy, when is he going to learn? Adam isn't going to come out and give you an explanation. Roddy states that...
tell you, your daddy's not coming home, okay? He didn't just go get cigarettes. It was all a lie.
Roddy states that the Undisputed Era were doing fine until Finn showed up, and thus Roddy blames Finn. Finn throws down Adam Cole versus Finn Balor next week for the NXT title. He tells Roddy he will never be a leader. He will always be a follower, and that is the case until he starts being selfish. Which these two start brawling, and obviously, what about Sanjay?
I didn't realize how small Sanjay was until he stood next to Finn Balor, who is not a large man. Sanjay is at his chest. I know he's crouching down a little bit.
He's crouching.
But it's still relative. Like, if he's still straight, he'd be at, what, Finn's chin?
I feel like the referee on the right is actually taller than him.
Taller than Finn? Yeah, I think so, too.
And taller than Sanjay, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he's probably the biggest guy in the ring right now. But Roddy's nothing without Undisputed, and it just proved it. That's all this was. And I can't believe he called Finn Balor Yoko. He didn't say it, but he was calling him Yoko. You ruined the Beatles. You ruined it.
So the way you see Linda Nicolai, a clinical psychiatrist, theory states nothing happened. It was just 2 dudes hanging out. Indy Hartwell writes on a notepad, Mrs. Indie Wrestling, Loomis. Johnny's furious, states why Loomis isn't in jail yet because he locked him in a basement and drew pictures of him, which we're learning quite a lot about what happened on that weekend.
Yeah, it seems like it was very weird.
And then
my question, can we put all these in one segment?
Yeah, go on.
Okay. My question is that Theory said he just kind of hung out and ate a bunch of cereal. Manny, if you were stuck with Loomis for a weekend in a room, what cereal brand are you eating that for a weekend? That's all you're eating.
I'm going Cocoa Pops.
Cocoa Puffs? I feel like I'll get sick of that. I'll get sick of that one. I feel like that'll drive me insane. Like, my teeth are going bad.
But, like, I need to ask the question, though.
Yes.
Is Dexter Loomis giving you milk? Or are you using faucet water for that?
I'm going to say it's fresh from the udder. You out there milking cows. He's like, ding, 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 ding. Like, oh. Oh, yeah. I think I could go with Frosty Flakes for an entire weekend.
I don't know. They stopped up too quickly.
Yeah, but I feel like I could eat it. Like, it's not my favorite cereal, but I feel like I couldn't get tired of it, which is weird.
Oh, by the way, people of this channel that watch the show, you were very close to me doing a review on on limited edition Cocoa Pops in the UK. White chocolate and strawberry.
Ooh,
tasted like trash. Tasted like trash. Not good. And I had a conversation with someone earlier in the day. It's like buying cereal, especially a new cereal, is like an investment. Because if it's garbage, you've got to finish it.
I really wish there was. I'm sure there has been. I want some WWE or some wrestling cereal. Maybe get some retro wrestling cereal of the 80s.
Well, you just had Bootios.
Different. No, but I mean, with different wrestlers as different flavors. I would sell that in a minute. You get some Macho Man ready, Strawberry Savages, or something like that. I don't know. Stone Cold Steve Austin's Charms. I don't know. Flakes. He'd be Frosty Flakes.
Would like, the Fiends one just be a burnt box?
No, it'd be fucking cornflakes. It'd be disgusting.
Okay, so Cameron Grimes states he's going to rename the CWC to the CGA, the Cameron Grimes Auditorium. Regal tells Grimes he hit a crew member and he has a potential lawsuit on his hands. Grimes tries to buy himself out of trouble, but Regal states he's facing Bronson Reed. My
favorite thing is Regal said, "Nah, I handled the crew member. I felt like that crew member is dead." Like, I handled that. Don't worry about the lawsuit. I handled that. But you're going to have to fight Bronson Reed. That's his Undertaker.
Then the next match, I feel like it was difficult for me. Ember Moon versus Aaliyah. I've criticized both in the last year.
Yes.
But when forced to make a decision of who to root for, the extreme dislike of Ember Moon outweighed how useless I think Aaliyah is.
Wow. I thought you were going to go a different route with that and be like, they're Robert Stone brand. I can't root against them.
You can never root against your Robert Stone brand, actually.
Yeah. So you rooted against Ember Moon.
Yeah, of course I did.
I can't believe her and Shotzi are still a thing. Like, they came out together and I was like, I thought this was over.
I need Shotzi to just turn on her.
I have it the other way around. I have Ember turning on Shotzi.
Either way, because Ember Moon is so boring. Boring.
Like, her coming out with the tank, she made the tank worse. Unless they came out with a nickname, I feel like there's no chemistry there at all.
And then we get the Io
Shirai.
Shirai.
The female version of the Untitled Manny and Marq show. You get to be Shotzi. I'm Sally.
Marcus Law.
Marcus Law. Well, you got to do the how.
I've done it on the show. It just never ends well.
Same thing happens to Shotzi. Did the how didn't end well.
I just have to try and kill myself in every episode we do from going forward. So we get the Io Shirai Tony Storm video package, which was really good. Tony Storm, Io stating that Tony Storm is the obstacle in a way of something of being named the best NXT Women's Champion.
Yes.
Which was a really good, another solid video package. This is how you do a video package. They're selling to a title match next week. These two weren't even on the show, but they sold it really well in comparison to the Mox and Kenny Omega match, which is the highlight of that show. This is the only reason you would go buy that show, because of that crazy match.
Yes. That is probably going to be an hour long and gratuitous violence, but you sell that shit. Even if it's going to suck, sell that shit. All I needed was a video package with Kenny Omega saying, I don't know what I said, I don't know why I did this, but I'm going to do it, and I'm blowing you up, Mox. You're blowing up. You're going up in smithereens. And Mox going like, I don't care if you blow me up. I'm going to stab you with barbed wire. And you're like, oh my God, what are they going to do to each other? I have to see this shit. Nope, didn't get it.
Yeah. And then, so we get the tag team title match. Dakota Kai, Raquel Gonzalez versus Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. Good Lord, Marcus. Good Lord. This might just be the best Nia Jax match ever.
Oh, wow. Better than the match with Bayley and Sasha?
Okay, match of the year for Nia Jax.
No, don't take my bet away. No, I thought it was a really good match. I thought it was good. I thought the ending intrigued me. About I hated that it was Pierce. I wish it was anybody else.
Yeah.
Pierce. But why is that not the cover? That would have made it. Dakota Kai has been in this position so many times with Shayna. It's been ridiculous. She looks like she's literally.
Okay, so is that enticing you to click on this video, or is this?
Shaq looks all the shape.
Does Shaq not just look like a disgruntled member of someone that works in the post office?
It looks like they're going to go talk to the manager. Yeah, I would go with picture one. Picture one. One or two. Oh, but I thought this was a really good match. The ending, I don't know what Regal's plan is. I hope it's not like NXT Women's Tag Titles. I hope it's a match at Fastlane. That's it.
Yeah,
they have to fight at Fastlane. That's what I think.
Yeah, I think that's what it might end up being. But like you don't know what's going on with Raw, because like those two already decided to target Charlotte as well. So like it can go in any direction, which is the problem.
Yeah.
And obviously, Dakota was not the legal person in that match, so obviously there is things. So you've got to wait till next week for Regal to make that decision.
Tag team fight pit, Manny. Tag team fight pit. Dakota Kai's worst nightmare. No, I'm gonna get choked again. No, that doesn't work. I honestly don't know what he's gonna announce, but I thought it extended the story. I wasn't expecting the titles to change hands, but it was a good match. Raquel and Nia had that nice stand up. Like they had their little like, oh, we're gonna stare each other down. Like, here it is. And I was like, oh, this is it.
Do you know what this is also? I feel like you've got to appreciate what Dakota Kai does. She's essentially the Montez of this group.
Yes.
But like in a better version, because Raquel is a better version of Dawkins.
Dawkins is getting better though. You can't take.
Dawkins is getting better, but like Raquel is a better big girl. Yeah. But like Dakota takes the beating in this match.
Yeah. She gets her ass whooped and she gets to sell like crazy. The Nia Jax stretched muffler into the corner. I was like, oh, there's Nia incident number. We didn't go too long without it. But no. I have no complaints of this match. It was just like, oh, this is well put together, and I want this to continue. I want them to continue this feud. Okay,
so we move into LA Knight. He says he didn't come to NXT to do anything fancy. You may not like the way he does it, but he gets the job done. He also compares himself to Tom Brady during his promo.
He does. It was nice.
I don't know much about LA Knight or whatever. I can't even remember what he was called on the Eli
Drake.
Yeah, Is this all I'm going to get from him? Just a guy that can talk real good?
Yes. Yes. He is basically white Eddie Kingston. That's his point. I'll tell you, one thing about the NWA is that they had the best promo guys in the game, and everybody can cut a hell of a promo, and this is the proof that they're doing it. Like,
And then we're just going to get a basic matches from him.
And he told you that in the promo, Manny. You ain't gonna like how he does it. You ain't gonna like it. But when he do it, also he's extremely petty. He didn't tell Bronson Reed did not want to walk out while he was talking. It was just that's what the producer told him. Walk out. He's talking. Walk out. He's gonna come back and hurt me later.
So we do get Cameron Grimes versus Bronson Reed. Grimes tries to buy off Reed at the beginning of the match. LA Knight helps out Grimes to win the match.
Yep. I hope this forms a deadly alliance and let Grimes do the matches. Drake does, or LA Knight does the talking, or they form some type of money faction of the LA Knights or something. I don't know, but $1 million. I believe Grimes is really working this $1 million man gimmick. And
I need it to happen.
I can't wait till the Ted DiBiase show up on the show. Honestly, if NXT want to end the war right, if they want to end this war right, Ted DiBiase versus Cameron Grimes. Virgil in the corner. Whose side is he on?
We already know how stacked NXT is next week. But we got one thing to add to this. Kaden Carter said she's going to end Xia Li next week. Ooh. This match, Kaden Carter going to get destroyed. Kaden Carter going to get destroyed, and it's going to be incredible to watch.
No, I took away from this the most out of this. What's her name? Casanaro, whatever her name is. They said she has an ACL injury. I don't know if it's a real injury, but I know she's off TV. Like they wrote her off for indefinitely, basically, with an ACL injury.
I think it's because they were masking another injury. I think she is actually fully injured in some way, but they used that to take her off TV. But like she was still able to do the match last week, so it can't be that bad.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's something because ACL means you're going for a year about.
Yeah,
Jimmy is still not back, guys. Jimmy is still not back.
I feel like Tegan Knox has been gone for a very long time as well.
The whole locker room's gonna change by the time Tegan Knox gets there. Like, huh? I'm here to regain my Ember Moon.
No, do you know what's gonna happen? She's gonna become Rey Mysterio.
I feel like Tegan Knox is never gonna be on NXT again, and she's just gonna show up on the main roster.
Probably.
that's just it's
and
just
get
snake bitten
injured
down here. Yeah, and you're gonna have a match with Natty tonight, and no one gets injured with Natty. Damn it, Natty injured Tegan Knox knees. Sharpshooter tore up her quad or something. God damn it, those allergic knees.
So we get Santos Escobar and his boys, Legado del Fantasma, take out both Breezango and Everrise. Everrise thought they escaped. Nope. They got. Can
I tell you, NXT, they need to no longer look out in the parking lot, but watch your damn entrance. You had a full Breezango had a full entrance that they were doing with the Space Cadets. And I was like, what is this shit? But then when you get beat up in those outfits, you feel really stupid. It's like when Cam Newton loses. Have this outfit. I got my ass whooped today, though.
And you get cussed out by a young child.
Manny, it's time for me to break into a segment where I'm going to call Swerve's House in My House. Swerve in My House segment of the day. So I am going to talk about the Swerve Scott segment in which he was in his studio with Random Black Girl cameo. As we call it, because no one.
So, if you'd like to check out the our Sharpshooters page at www.storefrontier.com/DSPN to check out some of our DSPN merch. Obviously, coming this Saturday is the Sharpshooters podcast with Eric, and obviously, if you want to let us know about any emails or whatever your thoughts are, hit us up at at just the sharpshooters at gmail.com. And if you want to take part in the run-in review on which we're probably going to record on Tuesday, let us know as soon as possible so we can get you recorded, your thoughts recorded on our very unique review scale, which will be for the Kenny Omega versus Jon Moxley. Jon Moxley exploding barbed wire death match.
Boom! It's boom! And it was the best segment I ever seen in my life. I can't wait. I can't wait to see what he does next. So watch yourself, Leon Ruff. Watch yourself.
Oh, we went to commercial. Did you not know?
What? I had so much to say. I'm going to sip my water. Jesus. Watch yourself,
I feel like doing all that actions was more tiring than actually talking.
Oh, Manny, there are words there. I'm not just faking it. I just hit the mute button. That's all I do. In those segments, I'm just hitting the mute. I exert so much energy doing that.
Do you know what the worst part about that was? I was not prepared for that.
I know. Picture in picture. Restaurant served up.
Well, Daniel Lewin has said restaurant quality picture in picture.
It was.
At least someone knew what we were doing.
Yes, I don't even know. I'm doing the wrong taunt. And that was our Kairi Sane moment of the show. Alright.
So we move on to the main event, which was an incredible match. Finn Balor versus Roderick Strong. This is how you show a main event. None of this.
Yes.
None of this nonsense of Matt Hardy and Marq Quen versus John Silver and Hangman Page.
Yeah,
this was a main event.
Yeah, I don't know how an AEW fan can go like, I wonder what they're doing on NXT, and go back to Matt Hardy. How do you go that? Roderick Strong and Finn Balor had a hell of a match. They went back and forth. I thought the reverse coup de grace thing when he went on his shoulders and stubbed him, amazing. I thought the submission Finn had Roderick in, it was basically a choke where Roderick chokes himself with his own arm or whatever. But it looks amazing, and I thought that was the end. And they went back and forth, and it ends with Adam Cole still the only person wearing Undisputed Era gear, looking menacing on the ramp at Finn Balor. And I was like, that's how you set up a match for next week or a pay-per-view.
Well, so I found it funny at the beginning of the night when Roddy did come out. He threw his dog tag on the ground because that made so much sense.
Yes. He could just not come out here with it. But
it's like he forgot he put it on. It's like he forgot he put it on.
Well, he's been so used to it. It's like going to work. Like when I get ready for work and I'm like, oh, let me make sure I put my name tag on and badge. But it's like, oh, this is a reflex. Like even when I go into like our meetings where you don't have to wear it, I grab it and be like, oh, I guess this goes off. So that's what he was like. Ugh. I'm not a slave to the Undisputed Era no more. I have no identity. I'm back to being Roderick Strong.
Well, I have a feeling, so with the Wednesday Night Wars coming to an end, it is happening around WrestleMania time. I feel like we as a channel will probably die because it's like back-to-back wrestling for like an entire week.
So you get SmackDown, WrestleMania.
It's worse than that.
1.
No, it's worse than that, Marcus. It's NXT, AEW, SmackDown. No, it's not even SmackDown. I think they go TakeOver, SmackDown.
Well, I think TakeOver
WrestleMania Night 1
might be the same day.
WrestleMania Night 1, WrestleMania Night 2, Raw, NXT, AEW, whatever's left on Thursday.
Manny, what if Regal's announcement is at the next TakeOver, that's where the Kel Gazaz and Dakota Kai get their match. But instead of it being a TakeOver show, it would just be in the place of SmackDown on Fox.
That'd be good for them.
It'd be good for NXT. Good advertising.
It'd be good for NXT.
NXT could be like, we may have lost the war, but we had 1 million views. We had 1.5 million views or 2 million views or how many people watched SmackDown that night. Watched our goddamn show. Take that. Take that. We lost. But we didn't lose to you, AEW. We lost to the NHL. That's how I'm spinning it, and I'm not telling anybody else differently.
I'll give you a Marty story. When Marty would talk about wrestling promoters talking about wrestling, he would replace the word wrestling with the word fucking. Definitely something Marty Jannetty would do.
Yes. Also, Levi, if you're in the chat, try to be a part of our review show for the Exploding Deathmatch. I'd love to hear. You're an AEW fan. This is going to be one of the bigger, most spectacular matches they're probably ever going to produce. And we'd love for you to be a part of it.
Yeah, Levi, could you send us an email at thesharpshooters@gmail.com, as Marcus would like more AEW-centric fans to join this review, as well as a few others. If anything, send an email now. We might be able to talk to you after the show, and then we'll set it up.
Work things out. Because we are doing another review show that's coming up next week. And we're reviewing the Exploding Barbed Wire Death Match.
Oh, you didn't hear that during the ad break, did you?
Huh? No. You said this, huh? I was talking about Swerve, all right? I told you I was really talking. I was not listening to anything.
Yeah, this is what happens whenever Marcus talks about Swerve Scott. We just go to break because
no one cares.
No one cares about Tatanka.
No one cares. The Black Tatanka is back. Hey, wouldn't it be ironic if he worked with Hammer Gives and it's like Tatanka selling out all over again? Mr. DiBiase. Although I do want Virgil to show up with Hammer Gives. I think they can do that.
No, I don't think you can in this era now.
You don't have to say too much what's going on. He just comes
You
out
do,
with
because everyone's going to get upset about it. Everyone's going to find something wrong with it.
No, I think people will understand what's going on.
People will understand, but they would also say it's racist.
He's just walking out with Cameron Grimes.
No, you can't do that. You can't do that.
He's getting paid for it.
You can't even trust Virgil. You can't even trust Virgil with a live microphone near him.
I wouldn't give him a microphone. Virgil didn't talk when he was with DiBiase until they start feuding, and nobody wanted to hear what he had to say.
Yeah, but when he turned up on AEW, he was talking.
Yeah, that was trash, yeah. I'm just saying, he needs to find himself a Virgil.
And this guy does cameos with his nutsack hanging out. Yeah, let's not forget about that.
Damn it, you're right. Sorry, Virgil.
Damn it, I'm always right.
Let's make Reginald a new Virgil.
I need to review what I watched earlier, because I didn't have the sound on because I was on a work call. But it was Reginald, Ricochet, and some other tall guy doing a dance in the gym. I was like, these are weird. Why are these two free? Why are these three hanging out? Don't remotely look like three people that would hang out.
Yeah, that's what workplace does for you. Catering. Who am I sitting with? Reginald's pretty cool. Guys, all right. So we got Saturday coming up, and that's it. Right, we're done.
Yep. So obviously, Levi, can you try and email us now so we can probably set something up, and I can send you a link to the secret room. Me and Marcus lurking.
Right, really.
We don't have a forbidden door. We have a forbidden link.
Forbidden link.
So, I've of course been Lord Manny Hayes. He's been
Marcus the grand finale, who exhausted himself after the first contest. I don't think I should go so high. I should really fake it.
You should. I thought you were going to. That's the thing. I thought you were going to, yet you did that.
Just like wrestling, Manny, I'm 100% real. The refreshing sight of Billy Kay. This is the only thing that matters in the world. Can we have Billy Kay matters? And I want BKM t-shirts printed immediately.
BKM.
Yes, Billy Kay matters. Because, she's getting better than Peyton Royce. And 90%
getting better. She's better than Peyton Royce.
No, but you know what I mean. Like on the show, they're treating her with the respect. Like,
Yeah.
she gets TV time. She's treated better than 90% of the Raw roster, and that's including Asuka, and even some of the SmackDown roster, other than Bianca and Sasha and Reginald. That's it. That is who was above her. I guess Bailey.
Yeah, I guess Bailey.
You know what? I've decided that is his Intercontinental title, and that's what it's always going to be remembered as. Like this, like you know how you associate the Intercontinental title with something. This title had no identity other than that Shinsuke was holding it at one point. When Big E got it, this is now the Big E Intercontinental title. I gotta get that straight.
Right. Right, so that's been the end of the show. Obviously, Levi, message us as soon as possible. He's probably
like,
not.
F you guys.
So we could probably set something up. We're going to be around for about half an hour in this room, I guess. No, we'll give it 20 minutes for you to message us. Countdown to Levi messaging us.
He's not. He's like, F these guys. How you guys gonna surprise me with this shit?